Welcome to Sandhills Middle School, where we've just exited the restroom and now we are headed to the crime scene. A room filled with carnage that has never been seen before. A room so smelly that one could never live and survive the putrid, wretched odors. The crime scene is before you. Here lies Vic number 1, Kermit, a caring, dear little frog. Sadly, his life was taken in a furious fire of marshmallow bullets from that gun. And Vic number 2, Frogger, frequently run over by various automobiles and trucks, but sadly his life was ended short by the same types of marshmallow bullets. After the details of the criminal activity at Sandhills Middle School were discovered, we began interviewing possible perpetrators of the crime, criminals so heinous that we knew that it would not be beyond their realm and their scope of imagination to kill such beautiful, heartwarming creatures as the frog. We interviewed a pack of zebras who were black and white and red all over from sunburn. We interviewed a giraffe whose heart has to work very hard to pump the circulatory blood to the head. And we interviewed his mother. None would confess. That's it. Go. As sheriff of this here town, I knew I had to ask that possible perpetrator some of the toughest questions to find out if he really did kill them froggies. That's a wrap. Could you please state your name, sir?
My name is Frank Furter.
Mr. Furter, you will forever be known as the possible frog killer, and I need to ask you a few questions.
I didn't kill no frogs.
Let's start out, Mr. Furter, with the first question, and that is, where were you on the night of March the 8th?
I was on the Bojangles.
Mr. Furter, I understand that on the night of March 8th you were at Bojangles. Let me inform you, Mr. Furter, that the food that is served at Bojangles is not only greasy, but it is high in cholesterol and bad for your health.
But I love the Mulberry biscuits.
But Mr. Furter, that is neither here nor there, and I will do the commenting and the questioning. You will only respond to me. And my next question is, what activity did you engage in after you left the Bojangles?
I always go roller skating and then okay, I killed 2 frogs.
I knew it, Mr. Furter.
Mr.
Furter, we have now cleared the air and are under the understanding that you have killed those 2 frogs after you were at Bojangles, and the method of killing was with the marshmallow gun. But my question for you, Mr. Furter, is, did you use gloves when you killed those poor frogs?
Of course I use gloves.
What
Every
did they
smart
look
criminal.
like?
Well, kind of like these gloves right here. I used them, killed them.
Mr. Furter, I would like to know the other tools besides the marshmallow gun that you've used to kill those poor green little precious frogs that we all love so much.
Well, shot them with their marshmallow gun, and then I took them back to my place, and I pinned them up. Pinned them up on this here plate with these here pins. Stuck them right through the hands and the feet. Real slow.
Mr. Furter, that's just terrible. What else did you do?
After I did that, you got these here skizzers. Took these skizzers and cut them right down the mouth like this.
Oh, that's just torture.
Both sides. Kermit screamed like a girl. He wanted Miss Piggy. Then I took this here probes, not the other kind of probe, but this kind of probes, and I stuck it right up in their nasal passage.
No, that's just horrible.
That's right. And then after I stuck it in their nasal passages, and then there eustachian tubes right through the ears, and you should have heard Frogger. He said he would have taken any truck over this here probe.
Oh, the inhumanity of it all. Mr. Furter, We all know that it is important as human beings to journal everything that we do, to write everything down. Did you write anything down about these particular killings, Mr. Ferger?
I always write down about my killings. Gotta keep a good record of what I done wrong.
That's good.
And so I use this here for every frog killing I do. It's the only way to keep your journaling correct. Take this here pencil. I write down everything I do, from sticking them in the nasal passages, and I wrote down about sticking them in the eustachian tubes, and I haven't gotten the guts to do a human yet, but I compare to what it would be like to do a human.
That's good. Now we got us a document trail. Mr. Ferger, you've explained a lot about your actions in relation to killing those poor little frogs. May they rest in froggy little peace. But I've got one more question. After you did all that torture, all that heinous activity to those little amphibians, what was the final desperate act that you partook in?
Well, they weren't quite dead yet, so I'm going to use them again tomorrow. So what I did is I bagged them and I tagged them and I put my name and their name right here on this bag with this pin. And I'm going to save them till tomorrow and torture them some more.